Alright, welcome to my channel, everybody. If you are thinking about buying market Cypher, the trading indicator, and you don't want to spend $1,500 or $3,000, whatever crazy price it is now, I've got something that just might help you. How about the free version that works exactly the same? Let's get into it. Alright, so first thing you're going to need to do is open a TradingView account. You can do a free account where you can have up to 3 indicators at the same time, and that's what we're going to do today. So basically, once you make a TradingView account, if you don't already have one, you're going to come up here to the top to indicators, and I've already got a bunch favorited here, but if you didn't and you're just brand new starting off, you're going to type in VUM, VUM, and it'll pop up here, and we're going to look for A Pro, B plus divergences, and then we're going to look for Gunzo, Gunzo market SR, and we're going to click all 3. I'm going to do one at a time, but maybe that's the wrong one. Let me go back and click the wrong one. All right, let's see, is that the right one? There we go. Okay, so first thing we're going to look at is going to be Cypher A, and this is a pro, and like I said, these are free. If you come over here and you click on this cog wheel, the settings wheel, it'll bring up a bunch of options here, and we'll kind of go through them one by one and give you a quick overview of this. We're going to make this a short video here, but I really want to help people who are trying to learn how to trade and they see, you know, CryptoFace or whoever making multi-million-dollar trades and just raking that money in, and you want to do the same, and you want the same opportunities, but you don't have the capital to invest. Then I got you, and I understand that, I really do. And you know, I've made some money in crypto myself, and I didn't start off with multi-millions. I don't have multi-millions now, but my background is very humble, and so I've had to claw my way up. So, you know, I've learned a lot along the way, and I think I can help a lot of people to do the same. But anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so when you're looking at Cypher A here, there's kind of a lot going on. It's a little confusing at first, but it's all pretty simple stuff once you understand it. So the lines we're looking at here, well, first let's look at, we have our candlesticks here, and these are changing different colors based on if they're above or below this ribbon here, which is an exponential moving average ribbon, also referred to as EMA. And the way people usually use EMAs is when the price is above the EMA ribbon, that's usually considered bullish, and the ribbon will act as support. And then when the price falls below it, it's bearish, and it usually acts as resistance. And so I personally don't love the EMA ribbon. I think EMA ribbons, or EMAs in general, are pretty lagging. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to inputs, and I'm going to turn the ribbon off. Alright, and then it's a little bit cleaner, a little bit easier to see what's going on here. Sometimes there's so much noise with all of these indicators being on that you can't really digest and understand and get a good glimpse of what's really going on, because there's so much crap. But anyway, here. Alright, so now we're left with one moving average here, and this one I do leave on. This one seems to be the best as far as support and resistance for me. Usually when it breaks above it, sometimes it acts as support and resistance, you know, and if not exact touches, it's usually pretty close, like here for example. And like for example, when you drop below here, you know, that's a good idea to sell. Say if you bought, you know, right when the price broke above the green moving average here, and you wait till you sold it there when it drops below the line there, that's a pretty good simple strategy. You know, this would have made 14% right there alone. Alright, but moving along, you'll see a bunch of different numbers here. These little numbers are bull versus bear score, ADX score, And basically all it's doing is it assigns a value to the strength of each candle. I don't think that they make a whole lot of sense. If you look and you pay attention, sometimes you'll see, like these numbers are all pretty much the same here, top and bottom. They're very, very close. And it's not like you have, 85, 75, 65, it's not very leading. To me, it's just a bunch of noise. I don't use those personally. But some of these other symbols on here I use every day, and they make a lot of sense. Like these blue triangles here, for example. The blue triangles are telling you that the market is about to take a break, take a breather. A lot of people use it as a good place to sell or to take profits. And if not immediately, you definitely want to start paying attention and move your stop loss up to where it's above your entry to keep you from losing money, because it's not just about making money, it's also about protecting the assets you have and protecting your capital. This red big diamond here is called a blood diamond, and basically when you see blood diamonds, usually you see large moves to the downside afterwards. Now in this scenario right here, that didn't happen. Price kept continuing to go up, but usually when you see especially more than one blood diamond close to each other, you see a dump. Like here, pretty big candle down to the downside, same thing there. And when I see, say if I bought into Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever we're looking at purchasing in the future, if I bought when it broke above this moving average here, and then you had a blood diamond, say right here, and then the candle moved beneath the moving average, those two things together, you've got a pretty clear indication of what's going to happen in the near future. And you can see price ends up going down further. Now these little red X's and red diamonds are basically telling you that you have candles closing in the red. They're not as strong a signal as, say, the blood diamond, but they are something to pay attention to. And let's see here, for market Cypher A, there's also, or in this case, Gunzo or Fu Manchu Cypher A. There are, let's see, let me find one. One second here. There's yellow X's, and yellow X's are a manipulation indicator, and they tell you that whales are playing. And whale's going to be someone that has a lot of money and that's able to move the market. So when you start seeing yellow X's, especially one or two, three of them at a time, you really need to pay attention, because sometimes that means it's just so choppy, and no matter what you do, you just if you long, you're in the red. So then you short, you're in the red. You long, you're in the red. So I just try to stay out of the market when you see a lot of yellow X's. And then let's go and move over to Cypher SR. The SR, again, is another one I don't use very often. And if you notice, if you watch Crypto Face's channel, and I have nothing against Crypto Face, most of these indicators were around a long time before Crypto Face was even born, and he just simply put them all together. So this is not like you're stealing his work or anything like that, like he claims. That's not the case. This is open source code here that someone just took and put up for free, and rightfully so. And thank you to Fu Manchu, whoever you are. Okay, so basically on SR, the purple dots here and the yellow dots, that's going to be your support and resistance. Yellow for support, purple for resistance. The more dots you have, the stronger the resistance or support. This blue area here is going to be your range, basically, and it's just showing you where the candles, the highest and lowest points they've touched in this area. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of SR. And let's go and move on to the most popular and the one that probably everyone's here for, and that's Cypher B. And basically this one right here is the one you'll see CryptoFace trading with the most, and other traders as well. And basically what it is a momentum indicator, and the blue waves represent momentum. And basically all any indicator is a mathematical formula that's plugged into what the price is doing. So for example, the momentum indicator, all we're technically looking at is moving averages based off the momentum or the strength and size of the candles. They always revert back to 0, to the center middle line here. And basically well, I'll tell you what, let's go over what each thing moves or means, and then we'll go into how to trade it. So the blue waves are going to be your momentum indicator. And like I said, that's just basically tracking the speed and length of each candle. The purple and green line right here, that is going to be your stochastic RSI, relative strength indicator, also referred to as STOCH. And basically what that is almost like this other purple and red line here, which is the RSI, relative strength indicator. They're both a form of RSI, and they're just basically tracking the strength and speed of the candle size as well. The yellow area here, that is going to be your VWAP, and this is, for me, this is the most important part of Cypher B. Most of these, I'll even say all of these, in my opinion, are lagging indicators. People will claim that they're leading, including CryptoFace. They are not. They take the formula is plotted in real time and in the past. It's not based off future price. I mean, if we knew the future price or what was going to happen in the future, we wouldn't need indicator to help us. But the VWAP is one of the only ones that does give you a leading idea of what could happen. You know, say like right here, for example, you start seeing a big VWAP wave coming up before the momentum waves coming up, before the candles going up. Same thing when you start seeing them coming down. In this case right here, it came down a little bit, and then you end up getting another push to the upside. Let's see what else you've got down here at the very bottom. You have a green and red meter here. This is considered the trend meter, and basically what this is it tells you where the money flow is. Is the money flow in the green or the red? And the money flow is the second most important part of this indicator for me. The red waves mean lots of selling is going on, and when you start seeing it coming up into the green, means lots of buying is going on. And so basically the way that I use Cypher B is we're looking for a few different things to come into play all at once. Okay, so let's look at this area right here, for example. Okay, let me get a paintbrush. All right, so basically what we're looking for is 3 or 4 things to come together at the same time. We're looking for the money flow wave to make a round shaped bottom and start coming to the upside. We're looking for the momentum wave to make a round, bottom and start coming to the upside. Say that's the 0 line there. That's a terrible looking 0 line. And so we're looking for, momentum waves that, maybe look something like this and start coming to the upside. And then say the VWAP is doing the same. Maybe we got something like this on the VWAP. And so basically we're looking for those things at the same time. We're looking for money flow to start coming up. We're looking for momentum waves to start coming up and making lows, higher lows. And then we're looking for the money flow to cross into the green here. Now basically, once you identify these 3 or 4 things happen at the same time, then you start looking at the RSI. See, well, what are the RSIs doing? Like with this area right here, for example, we have momentum waves and they're starting to come to the upside. The money flow wave is starting to get a little bit thinner up until this point, but even though it does dip down in the future, but you wouldn't have known that if you would have bought here. And normally what you want to do is divide this area into 4 or 5 sections, and you want to buy in this section right here. And so if you bought, say this green dot right here, which all the green dots and red dots are, a green dot is a bullish momentum change and a red dot is a bearish momentum change. So once you start seeing those few things come together, then look, bingo, you got movement to the upside. And the same is true in reverse if you're wanting to sell or short. And if you would have bought here, you're talking about a 29% move. That's nothing to shake a stick at, especially if you're using leverage, which I wouldn't recommend if you're a newbie. And so that's the basics, extremely simplified how to use this indicator. There's a lot of information out there about them, but I just wanted to go over how to get it for free, because charging someone $1,500, $3,000, all these crazy amounts of money, even $500-$600 for the like 3 month or 1 month or whatever it is just absolute insanity. It's just taking advantage of people that don't have a lot, and that goes against everything crypto stands for. So I hope you liked the video. Like it, subscribe please. Basically I'm going to go over every couple days a way to make money in this market. This is just the first video going over indicator, but I'm going to show you how to actually make money easily in the market without getting wrecked. And none of this is financial advice. This is educational material. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do know a little bit about crypto, and I have clawed my way up from the bottom in an industry that's kind of hard to climb up from. So anyway, that's all for today's video. I hope you liked it. Like, subscribe, comment. If you have questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.